Hey guys, today we're out at Twin Creeks Country Club in Cedar Park, Austin, Texas. Hey guys, and welcome to Twin Creeks Country Club. I'm very excited to bring you guys through this course vlog because I felt like this course was one of the tougher courses that I've played since I've been in Austin, and I felt like this course had quite a bit of character to it. There were quite a few challenging holes that were difficult to attack, and also I felt like this golf course had one of the most challenging greens that I've played to date. It is just one of those courses where the greens are very hard to read, and I'm not sure if it's because of the type of the grass or it's just the course characteristic in general. But even the members themselves say you don't really learn how to read the greens, you basically just memorize it. So I'm excited to bring you guys through this course and let you guys see what I'm talking about. You're gonna see some interesting stuff, so stay tuned and enjoy the vlog. Oh man. So the first piece of advice I was given is to not hit over the greens over here because you are just going to be left in the worst possible position. On that second shot, I actually did not hit a bad shot. I just kind of hit it a little bit short and it ended up kicking left into this bunker, and I basically completely short-sighted myself. So that was quite a waste because I was basically in the center of the fairway and had nothing on the right side of this pin. I actually hit it directly at the pin, but as I said, it just got a bad kick into the bunker, and that was primarily because I was taking less club rather than more, so I just left myself in a really bad position on this hole.
Oh. Yeah, they're nowhere near, they're still pretty slow. That's what I thought as well.
For the next hole, we have a downhill par 3. There's not much to it. It is 142 yards. For some reason, I was very lazy here and decided to not tee up my ball, but I left myself in a really bad spot and I just continued to hit it because I was lazy. So do not do that, guys, especially on a par 3, because we all know you have the least amount of shots on a par 3 to get it in the hole. So don't waste shots by being lazy. Always give it 100%. I ended up leaving myself in the bunker, so it wasn't a great spot, but I still had a lot of green to work with on this approach shot from the bunker.
Nice.
After a nice bunker shot, I left myself within a pretty good distance for an easy par. Moving on to hole 12, which is a par 5. For this par 5, it is a dogleg left. You do have room down the left side, and basically if you land it on a slope that is on the left side, it is going to kick back down towards the center fairway. Because my tee box is pretty far away and I could not reach the hazard on the right side, I could pretty much aim it down the center and just give it a rip. After that, you have a pretty interesting layup shot because there is a bunker down the right side and a bunker down the left side, and there's a water hazard that kind of runs past the fairway. So ideally for me here, I was going to hit something that was about 210 yards or shorter because that would leave me short of the right bunker, therefore allowing me to aim at that bunker and just letting the natural slope, which is actually right to left up there, kick the ball down back towards the center of the fairway. The approach shot into this green is pretty difficult as well because the green is kind of shaped in a funny way that it goes uphill and then downhill. So you really do not want to get it past the center of the green because if you land it there, it's going to take a big bounce over the green. And as I said before, over is not really a good play on any of the holes on this golf course.
Okay, it's pretty slow. Get there.
Yeah, but like this golf course, the break doesn't matter. It's about which side this is on. Yeah, which side.
Next up, we have hole 13, which is another interesting par 4 because for some people, you can actually try to go for this green. There is a creek running in front, so I decided to just go with a 5-iron to stay away from the creek, but also to make sure that I have a full club into this green You also do not want to hit it down the right side of the fairway because you will get blocked by some trees.
Thank you. Oh.
Hole 14 is a pretty long par 4, and to be honest, I should not have been playing from this tee box on this hole because it is just much too long. It is playing 452 yards, it is also a little bit uphill, and also today on this golf course, it was not getting that much bounce, so this was almost playing like a par 5 for me. As you can see for my approach shot, I still had 225 yards to the green. This is also a very tricky green because you do not want to go over here. As you can see, there's a bunker on the left side, and there's generally just not much space on this green, especially because you're hitting such a long club into it. I left myself with about a 25-yard chip, and it might seem like a pretty simple chip, but over here the chip is very difficult as well. It is into the grain and then down grain, and it's also uphill and then downhill. So landing it at a good spot is very difficult because you could land it just a little bit short and end up with a very difficult uphill downhill putt. And you could also land it a little bit too long and end up over the green.
Oh.
A little more speed. All the day.
As you can tell so far, this course is a pretty challenging course with quite a lot of character, as I mentioned. So let's move on to hole 15, which is a par 5 dogleg left. On this hole, there is a bunker down the right side which you definitely can reach. So you do want to hit it down the left side because there is a lot of space left. However, unfortunately for me, I hit it just a little bit low and it ended up clipping the side of the tree, which ended up leaving it very short. So there's actually a creek out there, maybe about 100 yards from the green. But as I said, because I clipped the side of the tree, even though I'm on the fairway, I still have a very long ways to go. And as you can see, there is quite a wide fairway other than that tree in the center of the fairway. So I decided why not just hit a driver because I wanted to get it as close as possible. After that, I had a nice short iron into the green. There is a bunker in front of the green and the pin today was on the right side, so you did want to make sure that you had the right distance to carry that bunker because you obviously do not want to play that bunker, and because the pin is in front, you have quite a bit of space behind that pin today. Speaking about the pin positions, as I mentioned just now, on this golf course they have pin positions by numbers. So if this is something your golf course does, you should pay attention to this, especially if it's a course that you are not used to, like the course that I'm playing right now, because knowing where the pin is a big determining factor of where you should hit it. It will show you the most ideal spot for you to putt for birdie, putt for par, whatever it is that is suitable for your level, and therefore will help reduce your strokes because it will also show you where not to go. For instance, if you know that there's a bunker in front of the green and the pin is in front, and you know that you are not as accurate as, for instance, a professional golfer on the PGA Tour, you would probably want to take more club and make sure that you go over the pin, because if anything, you know that the pin is in front, so you know that you have room behind the pin. You should really take the opportunity to get any advantage that you can on the golf course. So let's move on to hole 16, which is a par 3. On this hole from the white tee box, it was playing 191 yards into the wind, so I decided there was really no point playing a tee box on a par 3 further than 200 yards because that's just a little bit unrealistic for me. So I just played off the whites here, hitting a 5-wood on this tee.
Get in.
Stay. Oh my. Oh my goodness.
Hole 17 is a par 4. As you can see, there's quite a few bunkers out there. The first bunker down the middle of the fairway is actually about 225 yards to be carried. However, it was playing into the wind today, so I needed to give it a little bit more juice, but I still decided to just try and go for it and just try to smack one down there. If not, you can also alternatively just hit it down the left side because that left bunker is actually about 250 yards out. I was able to carry the bunker, which made a huge difference because that just left me with a pitching wedge into this green. It is a little bit of an elevated green, so you do want to hit it a little bit further, especially with the headwind. Hitting it down the right side is also more advisable for today's pin, even though it's down the left, because there is a bunker down the left side that will definitely trap it if you hit it a little bit left.
Pretty straight. Good one.
And finally, we've reached the last hole on this 9, which is the back 9 of the course, and therefore it is hole 18. Hole 18, a par 4, it's a little bit uphill. There is a bunker on the right side and the left side. The bunker down the left side is reachable and the bunker down the right side is actually carryable. Therefore, you do want to hit it down the right side of this fairway, obviously depending on your shot shape. You want to finish it down the right side and not necessarily start it down the right side because you do not want to miss this down the right side of the fairway because you will be blocked by trees and there is also a little hazard running down the right side. So a good tee shot here is necessary and it will make this hole pretty easy if you do hit it down the fairway. As you can see, I was successful in hitting the fairway. However, because of my lie, I am actually a little bit downhill. And as you can see here, the green is elevated and there are bunkers in front of today's pin position. So going for this pin was not going to be a very smart choice, especially because I am downhill, so my ball was not going to go up very high. So for this shot, I was really just aiming for the center of this green. So if you haven't already, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you guys stay tuned for the front 9 of this beautiful golf course. See you guys then!